In little less than a week from now, we'll be landing in Singapore to begin the new chapter of our lives. The countdown is on. And the last couple of months have been crazy. Tons of immigration paperwork, vaccination for the whole family. We got married. I tore a muscle during jiu-jitsu and now my left bicep is all kind of misshapen and alien looking. Yeah! We got one gnarly health scare from my daughter. I had to spend a night with the ER with her. She was on morphine talking about unicorns. It was kind of cute, but the moral of this story is, kids, don't hold in your farts. Let those rip. And last but not least, we found some buyers for the house. They loved it, they inspected it, and they found a super gnarly problem of black mold in the attic.
What the hell is this?
And as it turns out, this culprit right here has been pumping humidity in the attic for the past 10 years. So we hired a guy to eradicate it all, and he sprayed his stuff all over the attic, making the house smell like an indoor pool for about a week, only to realize that everything he sprayed just froze solid across the walls. A 1/4 inch of chemical ice everywhere. As it turns out, you are not supposed to do such treatment during winter around these parts, because once that chemical ice starts melting come spring, it's just gonna do a ton of foul-smelling water damage. So what do? Well, we hired another guy, and this guy installed a big heater in the attic. Heating the attic during Canadian winter. Do you even have a sense of how much electricity this is gonna cost us? Keep it together, man. Black mold problem solved. Now what's next? Getting rid of 30 years worth of crap we've accumulated. That's what's next. And boy, we sure did own a lot of stuff.
That's all your house is? It's a place to keep your stuff while you go out and get more stuff.
For the big, expensive, valuable stuff, we were able to sell most of it online. Stuff like couches, cars, kitchen appliances, stuff like that. For the medium-sized stuff, like clothes, toys, DVDs, we mostly gave all that stuff away. Plenty of people in need out there, so you can always find takers for stuff if you look hard enough. Except for that Van Damme VHS tape collection I still have. No? We did rent a small storage space for all the stuff we want to keep.
Imagine that. There's a whole industry based on keeping an eye on your stuff.
We gave out a few copies of the keys to a few trusted friends. So this way, if we ever need something shipped out to us, or God forbid, if Iran shoots down our plane, then our stuff won't end up on storage wars. And then there's the emotional stuff that you just can't find yourself to part ways with. Me, it was my paddleboard. I lended my Blackfin paddleboard to my good buddy Jim. The idea is Jim has been talking about getting a kayak for years and never has. So maybe he's gonna fall in love with paddleboarding. I certainly hope so. Joyce's piano also went to Jim's house, and we had to move that thing during a sleet storm. It's gonna lift her heart. Hey! It's gonna warm her heart knowing that this piano is still getting played while we're gone. And for my part, I take great pleasure knowing that Lisandre and Thomas are gonna drive their dad absolutely bonkers. Yes! and for everything else that remains. So we're in the wee hours in the morning. Joyce is driving as usual. And we have to get out the house tomorrow. Technically today, I guess. But yeah, we're doing the last of it. It's been a drag. She hates me for Singapore.
I hate you because you're my husband.
Don't move to Singapore if you own a house, yo. Man, let's cut the macho crap for a second and let me just say, leaving this house behind is much harder than I thought it would ever be. It's Monday morning. We did it. Took the better part of the night, but the house is clean, it's empty, and we're moving out. This is the room in which the kids were made. For the house. Now, where are we gonna live for a couple days? Just kidding. We simply Airbnb'd that shit. Simple, relax, cozy. So, what about the dog? Well, Maverick is turning 9 this year, so that, he's getting old in terms of dog years. And after taking a pretty thorough look, I gotta say, Singapore is not the friendliest nation to import dogs, what with all the disease and parasites they can carry. So, it's both time-consuming and extremely expensive. In the end, there really was one option that we could consider seriously. So bright and early in the morning, we brought Maverick to the vet and we began the treatment to bring him over in Singapore. What? Come on, he's fine. We're moving to Asia, not euthanasia. And you don't leave your pets behind, period. So, yeah. It's been great sticking around for the holidays. This way we've been able to see almost everybody we wanted to say goodbye to. Lots of love was given, lots of food was eaten, and it was a great time. To our loved ones, Joyce and I want to thank you so much for your love and support. We are moving far away for a while, but we'll be back. And hopefully videos like this one are going to be a good way for you guys to see little tidbits of our lives as we flail around trying to figure out our new lives in Asia. And that is it. We are leaving Canada. It's exciting, man. What's the worst that could happen out there?
Deadly coronaviruses are now warning that the virus is contagious during its incubation period.
To close the roads, hundreds of thousands of people left Hubei.
It happened through snakes.
More than 80 people have died.